Welcome to Tools, Tech, and Gear. I'm Seth. Today I'm going to be looking at the Supra-One angle grinder. Let's open this box and see what this has in store for us. The Supra-One is a 12,000 RPM, 9 amp, 4.5 inch angle grinder. It's somewhere around the $55 to $60 range on Amazon at the time of this review. Looks like we've got a couple of cutoff discs, a sanding disc, and here is a grinding disc, handle, and some other hardware. And then we've got some literature and also the angle grinder itself. So let's dive into each of these separately and see what all they are about. Let's take a look at the accessories that come with this unit. There's a cutoff disc. There is a flap disc, which I referred to as a sanding disc earlier. A grinding disc. None of these have any markings, but they seem to be of decent quality here. It's got an Allen wrench and it's got a handle that you'll be able to use to hold on to, and then there is the wrench that allows you to basically remove and reinstall these discs. Now let's take a closer look at the angle grinder itself. So let's start from this end here. It has got a power cord, no ground on there. Let's see what this thing comes out to be as far as length goes. It's about 6 foot, so decent for that cord there. So the handle here is rubberized, at least on the top, which will be nice for holding on to. There is a trigger here that has a safety on it. So there is a little piece here that will simply push up. So you can't squeeze it now, but if you just take your pointer finger and push up, then it will start. So nice little feature there. Has some vent ports back here for dissipating heat. The unit itself is about 4.5 pounds, so has some nice weight to it. There are 3 different locations where you can put the handle. This side, the top, and this side. This button here is going to allow you to lock down your turning wheel. Let's see. So I'm going to push here, and there we go. It is locked down. The piece here can be removed so you can install a disc. In order to adjust the protective cover, you've got to have your included Allen wrench. So that can be placed here at the top. You can just loosen that a little bit, and then that will turn around. Let's see if we can remove it. Maybe. It's got a little indention there that will right a groove and prevent that from being easily removed. But anyway, you can spin that around in a 360 wherever you feel the need to have that locked down into place. For now, I'm going to keep it facing pretty much straight back and then just lock this back into place. There we go. Now, so the spindle down here, like we said, can be pushed and locked from the green button. And then let's go ahead and install a cut disc here. Now on your spindle threaded screw here, you want to make sure that the point that sticks up right in here is facing up, otherwise it won't really lock down properly. So we get that just hand tight, and then use the included wrench to find 2 holes and just tighten that the rest of the way down. There we go. Release that spindle lock and it is moving freely. Normally I hold this with my left hand, so let's put the handle over here for the right hand. That's the one thing I probably would change so far, is I would have increased the quality of that side handle. It's a little bit flimsy, but should serve the purpose well. At 120 volts, 9 amps, this is going to be around 1,000 watts. My little off-grid inverter here in the studio is not quite going to handle that for long. So let's take this up to some main power and try this out. Go ahead and plug this up here on my exterior outlet. To test this unit out, I need several pieces of this all thread cut to 1/8 inch. So what we're going to do is use the angle grinder to cut those, and then we'll use the flap disc here to sand that down so there's no sharp barbs. Now, some people will just pick up an angle grinder and start working. I am not going to do that. I've got safety glasses that I'm going to put on. I've also got earplugs, and then I have got this face shield. I have seen a few people just pick up a grinder and start cutting away, and it scares me, so be safe. Also, whenever you're cutting like this, the metal bar will oftentimes get hot, so I'm going to also put on some gloves just to make sure that this operation goes smoothly. Okay, I got a Sharpie. We'll go ahead and mark out a couple of these at 8 inches. I probably could have found a smaller Sharpie. I feel like 2 will be a good enough test for this unit here. The provided cutoff disc is really thick, and so it took a little bit of time to get that cut through. With those 2 pieces cut, let's change out the cutting disc and move on to the flap disc so we can make sure that the burrs are cut off of this. So once again, just using the little wrench to hopefully get this loosened up. There we go. Put that one back down on there. Alright, very good. Fits on there quite nice. Okay, let's go ahead and remove the burrs off of these all thread. And to do that, I'm just going to be using that flap disc, which will have little pieces of sandpaper around here to remove all of that. My thoughts after using this for a single time here. The unit got a little bit warm, operating at 1,000 watts. Not so bad that it's going to burn you, but I imagine if you're going to be cutting for 10 minutes or so, would probably get rather warm. So there are vent holes up here at the gearbox and then down here on the other end, and that helps out some. The comment I made earlier about the handle, it is still a decent rubber and plastic, so it's not going to be breaking under normal conditions. I just thought it's not quite as thick as I would like, but no big deal. The lock here on the handle is something new to me, and it was a little bit, I guess, I'm not used to holding my angle grinder down here. I prefer to hold it up here a bit more, and so it was just different, but it's not bad. So once you just push that once there, you can let go of the lock and it will stay on, so that's not too bad. The flap disc here has a very close tolerance to the end of the guard, which probably is not going to be any kind of an issue, but if you wanted to go thicker than this, you might run into some problems. Whenever you are changing out something here on the spindle, you find that hole. When you're holding the wrench, don't hold it too close to the thing you're trying to work on, or otherwise you may cut your fingers. So hold back a little bit. Oh, there's your problem. I think I'm tightening it. Anyway, left and right. It's important to learn. So yeah, just keep that in mind whenever you are putting something on there or taking it off, that you may want to make sure that you just don't cut your hand on whatever you're working on there. But it's pretty easy change things in and out. Now there's no way to store this tool on the angle grinder, so you may have to just always be sure to remember where you have this wrench stored. I like it. It seems to perform well, and definitely cut and smoothed off that awl thread. If you're looking for a budget angle grinder, this one is around the $55 to $60 range, available on Amazon. I have links in the description down below, so you can check this out for yourself. But I will say, after my first use here, I have no complaints. So definitely check it out and see what you think. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.